So they did a tribute to Christine McVie from Fleetwood Mac, which I thought was nice. But you know, this might set you off, Mike. Only Mick Fleetwood was present as the as the representative of Fleetwood Mac. It was Sheryl Crow and Bonnie Raitt.
So Sheryl Crow is filling in for Stevie Nicks?
Sure, yeah. Just doing a little better job of singing. Not sounding like a goat. I love Stevie Nicks. Don't get me wrong. I love Stevie Nicks. Don't get me wrong. But she does. I mean, South Park wasn't screwing around in the Osama bin Laden episode. They weren't messing around there. Yeah. So I was Sheryl Crow and then Bonnie Raitt, who won an award of her own later on in the evening and looked genuinely taken aback by it. But yeah, I thought it was. I just thought it was really interesting that only Mick Fleetwood was there for Christine's tribute.
Well, technically, he's the only Fleetwood, right?
He is the only Fleetwood.
So there you go. There's Fleetwood. There's the entire band.
But I mean, at least have John McVie there, right? Like
that would be good to have John McVie there for Christine McVie.
You literally have Fleetwood Mac there. You would also have the two constant members of the band. The two founding members of the band. The only ones that have been there for the entire time the band has been around. At this point, I think if you put Stevie and Lindsey Buckingham on stage together, it's going to be like two Japanese fighting fish. That they're just going to...
Thunderdome.
They're just going to beat the shit out of each other. Watching a couple of... It's going to be a geriatric fist fight. And I would pay good money to see it. So they had that. They had the history of hip hop, celebrating 50 years of hip hop. That was cool. That was actually really well done. I'm not familiar with. Is it Migos or Migos?
It's Migos.
Migos. They did a tribute to Takeoff, and I guess the other two guys. I can't remember. I don't know if it happened before their performance or after, but I guess the other two guys from Migos got into a fist fight backstage.
Awesome.
So that was fun.
Jesus, guys, come on, get your shit together.
Run DMC made a brief appearance.
Run and DMC?
Both Run and DMC.
Okay.
Together. They have done sporadic reunions in the last 20 years, but now it being the history of hip hop, I mean, they were going through all of the acts, all of,
yeah, all the way from the Sugar Hill Gang, all the way up to now, yeah.
But Run DMC, I figured they would have gotten a little more than 20 seconds. I figured they were landmark enough that if you give more than 20 seconds to that, like, how quickly do you have to go through all these names, Right. I mean, they did a Wu-Tang.
Ain't nothing to fuck with.
Yeah. And,
Wu-Tang Financial. Gotta diversify your motherfucking bonds.
But they didn't have, they did Wu-Tang. They didn't do anything about ODB.
Unfortunately, the old dirty bastard couldn't make it today, but he sent his regards.
But it was good. I think that was highlight of the night. If it weren't for the CBS feed spazzing out throughout the entire thing. I don't know what it was, but it was the jankiest fucking thing. It was just so glitchy. I don't know if it was the Boston affiliate.
No, it's because it was the Glitch Mob remix. That's why.
But it was good. It was I'd say that was the highlight of the night.
T Swift giving a standing O for every single person.
Yep.
Regardless of anybody else standing up, apparently.
Did you see the Ben Affleck memes?
I didn't see them. Sarah did. She pointed out, hey, you're going to talk about the Grammys tonight? You're going to talk about how Ben Affleck looked fucking miserable?
He looked like he hated his life. He really did.
He looked like he really wanted to spend the rest of his night at a Dunkin's.
I mean, J-Lo, like, at least it seemed like, I mean, I've been on this side of it where I've gotten dragged to a family event that I didn't want to be at, And like in the old photos, you see pictures of Kate and she's like having the time of her life. She's got a big smile on her face. And I just look miserable because I didn't want to be there. And it was doing everything in my power to muster looking alive. And that was Ben Affleck. I could relate to Ben Affleck.
Ben Affleck?
I never thought I'd say this, but I could relate to Ben Affleck.
I mean, I can relate too, because I mean, I had to plunge a wicked turd the other day, and I was like, oh, Geely.
It's turkey time. Gobble, gobble. Speaking of dunks and Ben Affleck, Boston.com had an article about 2 Dunkin' Donuts locations that are within like close proximity to one another.
They're within, was it 110 feet of each other?
I think that's right. Yeah, it's in Kingston.
It's because one is on one side of the street and one is on the other side of the street. I don't want to have to make a left-hand turn.
They have that on.
Come on, how hard is that?
They have that on Route 9 in Westboro for a while, and in one of the
locations. Yeah, but see, the difference is Route 9 is
closed.
like separated. There's a divider there, right?
There is.
Yeah, whereas this place in Kingston, you can go to either one, right?
You can, yeah. It's not. You're not crossing a major highway, but truly only in Massachusetts would you see that. I mean, I guess.
Clearly, yeah.
I guess anywhere else, a Dunkin' or a Starbucks on every corner. But there's just something about Massachusetts and having it be Dunkin' Donuts.
Oh, yeah. Never mind the Dunkin' Donuts that are inside other ththings that are next to other Dunkin' Donuts. And you're like, oh, it's a hidden Dunkin'. It's like a Russian nesting doll of Dunkin' Donuts.
Though I feel like the ones that are inside places, though, charge more.
Oh, yeah, they do. Just like the McDonald's that are on service plazas on the highway charge more.
Oh, that's a scam right there.
The fucking racket.
Especially if you're on the Pike and you're paying to be on the Pike already.
Uh-huh.
And then you stop at a McDonald's in a service plaza and you're paying twice what you normally pay.
$18 for a Big Mac meal.
Yeah, fuck that.
Or go 10 miles down the street, find one that's just off of a highway, and you pay less than $18 for 2 full meals.
There you go.
Because fuck you, McDonald's.
You know what they have down in the South Shore, since I've been spending a lot of time on the South Shore, and you really only see it down there, is they have the Burger Kings as part of the service plazas.
Oh, okay. I thought you were going to go to the Mary Lou's.
Oh, they have a lot of that. Oh, I've been having so much Mary Lou's since September.
That's a local thing right there. We're like, what the fuck is the Mary Lou's?
Since September, man. Yeah, Mary Lou's, it's only on the South Shore in Massachusetts, which is
South Shore.
South Shore guy. Well, it's near the Cape. It's like the Cape and really pretty much anywhere like immediately south of Boston. But this place, Mary Lou's, yeah, it's the local competitor to the already local Dunkin' Donuts. But holy shit, nectar of the gods. Let me tell you. If you pass by a Mary Lou's, you stop.
I mean, they do go into Rhode Island, but then again, Rhode Island is literally a postage stamp.
Rhode Island doesn't exist. There are 49 states, okay?
Connecticut Island?
Rhode Island is not a state. It's not an island either, but it barely qualifies as a state. It's the Luxembourg of the United States.
The Liechtenstein?
But yeah, if you're are not local and you find yourself in Massachusetts and you find yourself heading towards the Cape, find a Mary Lou's and go there and tell me it's not the best coffee you've ever had. Especially the best iced coffee.
Oh.
And it's one of those places that they don't employ men.
It's all ladies.
Yeah, it really is. I've never seen a man working
there. They're
there.
not being sexist. They just like, guys are like, I know better.
Maybe I've seen a gay guy working there. I don't know. But definitely no straight men I've ever seen working there. It's that King of the Hill episode where Dale gets hired at Hooters.
I was thinking Big Daddy, where the guy's working at Hooters, but he's in the grill.
the guy with the old balls.
Yeah. Oh, he balls must be so old and saggy.
He's got a
That's
5-year plan.
the guy with the wrinkly balls.
His 5-year plan. Don't die. I was going to try to pawn him off on my girlfriend, but she's banging the Pepperidge Farm guy. Yeah. So Sam Smith, who I'm familiar with him, but I don't listen to him. He was on SNL.
I didn't listen to him at all until that song came out, and holy shit, it's addictive.
Yeah, he was on SNL a couple weeks ago, and his performance was really good. I will not knock that, but I will not go out of my way to listen to Sam Smith. But
you'll listen to the Smiths, but not Sam Smith.
I will listen to the Smiths, and I'll be angry the entire time I listen to the Smiths, but I will listen to the Smiths.
There you go.
According to, take your pick from who's reporting it, but I went with salon.com or salon.com, if you will.
Ceylon?
Ceylon. Sam Smith's full-on Satan worship Grammys number puts conservatives on anti-vax satanic panic.
Did we already have a satanic panic back in the 80s? We
did, but vaccines didn't play a role in it, Mike.
Not yet. We had to add a new layer right now.
Yeah. I mean, AIDS was still new.
Not HIV, but full-blown AIDS.
And I don't know if back then AIDS got mixed into the satanic panic, but
no, it was more of the rock and or roll.
Was that when Dee Snider testified before Congress?
That was for the PMRC and the warning labels. Yeah.
Yeah. I met Dee Snider at Rock and Shock, and I remember I was standing.
Nice guy.
I was standing at his table. I think you were with me too.
Could be.
Because I was standing at his table, and I forgot who was there that was like grabbing the attention of who we were with. But Dee Snider was just sitting right there. No one's like, and I'm right in front of him. No one's like clamoring to talk to him. And I just like extended my hand and I just go, Dee Snider, nice to meet you. And that was it. And I remember he had a lot of rings on his hand.
You could crush my hand right now with those rings. You crack walnuts.
And that's all I said to him. I'm like, there you are, Dee Snider. That's you. Don't know if you knew.
Hey, you're there.
Hey, do I know you?
No, but you're there.
That 90s convention I'm going to, by the way, Joey Fat One is going to be there.
Oh, Joey Fat One's a good guy to meet. He'll talk.
Oh, yeah. To your wife.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I remember.
Freak out.
Oh, I remember that.
She hates me for bringing that up still.
He was hitting on her. Oh, that was funny. I'm sorry.
Huge fan.
That was funny. That was one of my favorite like convention celebrity encounters. You know what topped it off? Just like how it was just happened to have been standing next to Dee Snider and no one was like clamoring around Dee Snider. I was standing next to Sully Erna. While you were there watching Joey Fat One hit on Sarah, I just look over at Sully and I just like extended my hand. I'm like, dude, this is the most awkward moment of my life. Nice to see you. Thanks for being here. That's okay, dude. Anthony Michael Hall hit on my ex-wife, so
there you go,
right in front of me. So I gave him a business card for, at the time it was Talk Radio Meltdown, and it had the contact information from the jabroni from Sharknado on it. So I hope Anthony Michael Hall had some fun with that. But anyway, the Satanic Panic is back, according to Salon.com, during Sunday night's ceremony, the Grammys, don't you know? The pair being Sam Smith and Petra's first transgender female to win a Grammy.
Oh.
The pair took center stage to perform their hit song Unholy, which also won the award for Best Pop Duo / Group Performance. The Hell-themed showcase featured several red robe dancers, cages, whips, and Smith sporting a top hat adorned with red devil horns. Naturally, conservative critics took offense to this apparent love letter to the Prince of Darkness and took to Twitter to slam the performance. The comments raged from interpreting the number as an actual satanic ritual to, what else? An attempt to advance the vaccine agenda. Just take a guess at who was clamoring about this, who was upset.
Oh, fucker Charleston?
Maybe, but I didn't see his name come up.
Charlie Kirk.
Yes.
Ben Shapiro.
Yes.
Candace, what's her name?
No.
Margie Taylor Greene.
Oh, yeah.
The other dumb one with the guns.
The Arizona lady, Carrie Lake?
No. that's the other dumb one with guns. The Colorado one.
Oh, the hooker?
Yes, the hooker.
Lauren Boebert?
Yes, Lauren Boeberts. Yeah.
Okay.
And then I'm sure. Probably DeSantis and Raul Cruz.
Raul, yes. DeSantis, no.
Okay, all right. Raul, yeah, because Raul Cruz has got nothing better to do.
Right. Yeah, you were almost all of them. Got almost all of them, yeah.
Kobe.
Well, now here's what...
Too soon.
Here's... Never too soon. Here's what was really setting people off.
I didn't realize Kim Petras was transgendered.
I didn't know that either.
I'm like, okay, she's... So I would have been, labeling her as I saw her. So, all right, whatever.
Do you watch Euphoria?
I do not.
Okay.
No.
There's I'm only a few episodes into it, but there's a transgender female on that show, and she looks great. Same deal. Man, you wouldn't know. Because same with Petras. I mean, good on them.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, if you pick the, it's also too, you got to have the right body structure in the first place. There's some people that can go from guy to girl and girl to guy, and it doesn't matter. You're like, you fucking ugly.
Right. Yeah.
But I'm glad you're happy with your body now, but you fucking ugly.
So after the performance was over, they showed the sponsor, the logo of the sponsor of that performance, and it was Pfizer.
That's why they got. Oh, Jesus Christ! So, I mean, the moral if they could clutch more pearls, I mean, there'd be no seafood industry ever again. Like, what the fuck, guys? Jesus Christ!
Now that part, I don't know if that was intentional on Pfizer's part to sponsor that performance, just knowing it was going to cause outrage.
I don't know. But you know what? Fuck it. They're like, hey, whatever. It's not like they need publicity. It's Pfizer. They make boner medication and the vaccine. They're good. They're swimming in it. It's just funny because like the message of the song really probably hits way too close to home for Republican families anyway, because it's about a philandering husband who doesn't give a shit about his family.
But never mind that.
The transgender gays are trying to vax us and into the service with Satan.
Yeah. Now, do you think these people would be upset over, say, Ozzy Osbourne because he was nominated for a Grammy?
No, because it wasn't Ozzy awarded before the televised part.
Oh, I don't know. I know he was nominated at one point.
Yeah, I think he maybe even won, but yeah, that's the catch.
See, that throws me off that they do like the pre-show, the pre-Grammys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No love for the actual. Yeah, those like the rap album and then the rap. There's a couple of rap ones in there, and then a couple of rock ones in there. You're just like, come on, guys, really?
Right.
But hey, it's the Billboard doing it, so fuck them.
Yeah. So that's why all of our
maybe Taylor Swift should cover some Metallica songs. There we go.
Look, honestly, like even if you're jesting about that,
she might.
If you are, I've said it before, I'll say it again. If you're in Taylor Swift's circle,
you're golden,
her satanic circle,
clearly,
yeah, you're set for life. When you, it's like Oprah's book club. If Oprah says read this fucking book,
is that why Olivia Benson is still on Law and Order?
Is that why Grey's Anatomy continues to exist? If you're just and I cite Jimmy Eat World because she did a commercial where she's on a treadmill and she's running while the middle is playing, and then she falls off the treadmill and eats shit. But because of that, sales for the middle had this brief surge.
Well, hey, it's just like it's like Kate Bush, right?
Oh, yeah.
26 years, and then you finally make it to number one.
And yeah, I mean, it's like, I know it's Stranger Things, and I'm kind of, I love the first season of that show, but I'm kind of over it now. Like,
that's all right. There's only one more season to go, and you're fine.
I'm just invested, and I want to see it conclude, but it's, yeah, if you're...
At least it'll conclude on its own terms, unlike The Witcher. Wah, wah, I'm bitter.
you have every right to be bitter. But you're a Warhammer fan, though.
Oh my God, exactly. So it's fucking silver lining. Holy shit.
I'd say this is the perfect trade-off for you.
Oh my God, exactly. I was pissed as hell. And then finally it's like, oh, and I'm going to be executive producer and I'm going to star in a Warhammer series. Oh God. I went from 6 to midnight like that.
Like that, you injured yourself.
Yeah, I had some torsion issues at that point. I was like, whoa. Slow down there, Chief.
Well, we'll talk about The Last of Us in a minute, but even Linda Ronstadt had that sort of brief surge after last week.
Yeah, but apparently she's not getting any royalties for that, though.
It wouldn't surprise me. I mean, is it all coming from Spotify? Don't they very publicly screw the artists?
I don't know. I honestly don't know. All I know is I read about it. Like Linda Ronstadt's not making money off this. Like, well, that sucks.
Or is this like a Verve Bittersweet Symphony situation where the royalties are going to someone else?
I don't know.
I don't know anything about Linda Ronstadt other than that song and that Barney Gumble said that he had wanted to do a project with her for a long time.
Because she sold off her music catalog. That's
what a fucking moron. Why would you do that? Why would you sell off your work like that?
Probably because she's getting old and she's like, I'll just take the money.
Sure, but like that's like a lump sum. Oh man, it drives me nuts when musicians do this.
Ronstadt's manager says she's not unhappy about it, believe me. So she probably got a lot of money out of it.
Okay. About the show or about her selling off her catalog?
About selling off, yeah. She's like, she's fine. She's okay.
Okay. As long as she's okay with it. It does drive me nuts though when I read about musicians who do this. Because like,
well, a lot of them do it because they feel like they have to. Like, I need to make some money right now and I got nothing going. I have to sell my cat. Like, and then, yeah. So understood. 4,900% increase in her song.
Christ. There you go.
Almost a 5,000% increase. It's insane.
There you go. A couple are just very quick things from the Grammys. So Harry Styles won Album of the Year,
which apparently pissed off a couple of Beyonce's fans.
Well, first, you're correct, but I just want to mention this first. Poor ABBA.
Poor ABBA?
ABBA kept getting nominated because they put out their album Voyage last year. Mm-hmm. It's their first album in like 40 years.
Okay.
And it's a good album. It is. Okay. I actually found myself listening to it and saying, I'm not an ABBA fan, but I like this. And it got nominated for a bunch of things and they didn't win anything. They even got nominated for Album of the Year and they didn't win. Like, give it to ABBA. They're having a comeback. I mean, I know it's their last outing. They're probably all going to be dead within 5 years. But
no, they're not. They've got universal healthcare over there. They'll be fine.
I forgot they're Swedish.
Yes.
Yeah. But yeah, Harry Styles, he wins Album of the Year. Beyonce fans are pissed because apparently 33 Grammys isn't enough.
Need 34. Okay.
Like, God damn. Like, who gives a shit?
Yeah, they're Grammys.
Yeah. Harry Styles had a good song. I mean, I hate that song, but it did well for him.
Yeah.
That album did well for him. Rolling Stone, according to this coming from VT.com via Rolling Stone, they're calling it a jaw-dropping upset that
wouldn't go that far.
That Harry Styles won, yeah. It's not like Beyonce won literally everything else that night. She won 3 Grammys for Renaissance. Cool. ABBA didn't win anything. Let Harry Styles have his award.
Jack's bitter.
I'm a little bitter. So then Harry Styles giving a speech and he said, quote, this doesn't happen to people like me often.
Oh, yeah.
And the internet got upset about that.
Well, when he looked like Harry Styles.
What do you think?
He meant it a certain way, but it was taken a different way.
What do you think of Harry Styles?
Like the person or is it music?
The music.
I mean, I'll listen to it when it's in the car because the kids like it, and that's about it.
Can you look past the fact that he was in One Direction?
I mean, I've learned to look past the fact that Justin Timberlake was from NSYNC. So give me another couple of good movies with Harry Styles in it, and I'll look past that as well.
Okay. Fair enough.
All right, how was that? Is that good?
I always forget that he was in One Direction.
Well, that's a good thing then, right?
Yeah, because it's like when One Direction was big, they were just like the joke. It was fun. I mean, it was you just made fun of them. That's what you did. But then seeing that all the members, the group breaks up and then all the solo members go off to have relatively successful solo careers. But Harry Styles, I mean, look at him.
Yeah.
Even his acting is decent too. I mean, hosted SNL, I think last season. Did a decent job at it. By the way, the Pedro Pascal episode of SNL.
I didn't see everything. I just did see the Mario Kart.
Oh, season. I'd say the episode of the season.
Damn.
The last sketch of the evening. We'll look it up after the show. Lisa from Temecula. I think that's going to be one of those ones that goes down in the books alongside More Cowbell and Debbie Downer at Disney World.
Is that the one where everybody literally breaks?
Yes.
Okay.
And guess what? Guess what? A sketch in 2023, and you didn't need Jimmy Fallon or Horatio Sands there to ruin it. Finally, so they gave out a Grammy for video games. This being
nice. How long have they been doing that?
This is a relatively new thing. They have never done this before.
Wait, this is the first year?
This is, I believe it is. No, I guess not the first year. This year was the first time they did this category.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Kotaku mentioned video games have been nominated before. Kirby was in 2021. The Civilization 4 intro.
Oh my God. Was it Babu Yaba? Is that what it's called?
I have no idea. I'm not.
Anybody
never.
That's ever played Civ 4 knows that song immediately, though.
Which is funny because I played Civ 4, but probably not in 10 years. So
Yeah.
I couldn't tell you anything about it. I think I was playing it only because I didn't have internet and I wanted to play something, and the only game I had installed that didn't require internet was Civ. I'm like, well, I guess I'm going to play
Baba
Civ.
Yetu. That's what it is.
Okay.
But yeah, you hear that song, you know exactly. You're like, oh, it's Civ time.
So I stand corrected. So video games have been nominated and won things before, but this year, brand new category called Best Score Soundtrack for Video Games / Interactive Media.
And it's the first. This is the first award. This is the first year for that specific award.
Correct.
Because Baba Yetu won the Grammy Award for Best Arrangement, Instrument, and Vocal, but it wasn't for the video game. It wasn't like for video games. It's like, no, this is just a great arrangement. Happens to be for a video game. This is just for video game soundtracks.
So the winner. So here's who who was up. It was
The nominees are
Austin Wintory for Aliens Fireteam Elite, which in terms of being a game.
But in terms of it being audio gold?
Well, Aliens has always been the soundtracks have always been very good, even if the Alien films have been terrible. Bear McCreary, who we know from The Walking Dead. He did Call of Duty Vanguard. I'm going to pronounce it. I'm probably going to pronounce the name wrong because I'm basing it off how someone I knew in high school pronounced it. Richard Jakes. Or if you want to call it Jacques.
Yes.
He did the Guardians of the Galaxy game. I know him because he's done Sonic the Hedgehog.
Of course.
Soundtrack for that.
Of course.
Christopher Tin for the game Old World. He also won in 2013 for
that was for
Civ
4.
4.
Just talking about.
Or
2011.
I'm sorry. And then Stephanie Economou for Assassin's Creed Valhalla, specifically the expansion pack Dawn of Ragnarok. Now, the presenter of the award was a comedian, Randy Rainbow, and he goes out on stage to present the award and totally butchered the name.
You have the audio.
I'm going to have to pull it up. I thought I had it.
Oh.
I can get it pretty quickly. I thought I had it. But yeah. Now, remember, was it 2014 when Travolta went on stage and did what he did.
Wickedly talented.
The wickedly talented.
The wickedly talented one and only Adele Dazeem.
It's what happens when you decide you're too good to do the training takes before the show starts, there, buddy.
Okay, here we go. Randy Rainbow presenting the award for Best Score Soundtrack for Video Games.
And the Grammy goes to Assassin's Creed Valhalla.
That's not even trying. That's just
Valaha.
that just sounds. That's all it. Valhalla. That's a stroke.
At least he didn't. He didn't even say Stephanie's name at all, or no?
I don't even think he got that far.
Was he supposed to? Is the question.
I think they must have just announced the names of the games.
Okay.
And then maybe like when they were going through the like the pre-recorded, going through like who the nominees were and then mentioning the names. But
Okay.
If he can't say the word Valhalla,
Even if it's Valhalla, Valhalen, you're good.
I too watched The Justice Friends.
Thank you very much.
And the Grammy goes to Assassin's Creed Valhalla.
The fact that he couldn't even get Assassin's Creed out in a proper tone. Assassin's Creed Valhalla. Speaking High Valyrian over here.
Oh, I'm a genius. Apparently, I put it in soundboard already.
Oh wow.
Thanks,
See,
Pascal.
I figured before I heard what he butchered, I figured he said, Stephanie Economou or Stephanie exclamation point or something like that, or like trying to say like Lady Dimitrescu, like, I don't know how to say these words.
Assassin's Creed Valhalla.
Valaha. It's not going to be as good as Adele Dazeem because he really went for that one.
The
This one
wickedly
you're like, I'm just
talented
struggling.
one and only Adele Dazeem.
Yeah. I mean, that one.
And the fact that she still owns it.
Oh, she had a field day with it. She thinks it's great. Yeah. Adina Menzel, not a hard name to pronounce, coming from someone like me who can't pronounce names. I see Economou and I always have to stop and be like, it sounds like Economou. It is Economou.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. But then like Valhalla, I'm not gonna stumble over that. I might switch up the pronunciation, but at least I know what the word is. This guy, Randy Rainbow, then posted on Twitter. He says, "Yes, I totally had a Travolta Adele Dazeem moment at the Grammys. It was the second category of the show. I was still finding my footing and don't know video games. And of the many phonetic spellings I had to contend with as host, that one wasn't included, so I just started speaking in tongues. If it's any consolation, when my nominated category was called, they accidentally pronounced my name, Dave Chappelle." Well, I can forgive him, but this is still really fucking funny.
Assassin's Creed Valhalla.
And that's what I'm going to call it now. It's just, I call coffee cafefe.
What are you going to play? I'm going to say Valaha. I'm going to play some Valaha over here.
Valhalla. And Valhalla, it's not a bad game. It's just like Assassin's Creed is such an exhausting franchise that like.
Now here's the question. The next time there's a Thor movie out or Thor in a movie, is somebody going to reference Valaha?
Oh, I hope so. Oh, I hope so. And I hope it's like they have to nail the timing because it's going to come to be a point where you say it and people are going to look and be like, what? And there's going to be the one guy in the theater that you hear they say it. Yeah.
I got the reference.
That's me. I'm that guy.
Or sorry, the Chris Evans Captain America. Oh, I got that reference.